Leaders of the game by 9, and here it is, step back Shaq.
Hey everyone, this is basketball-loving Dr. NBA. Today, I have an interesting story to tell. After the long 18-19 season had ended, the draft for young players had started. And after that, on June 25th, there was a ceremony for players that have achieved the best in different roles in the 18-19 season. And on that day, the MVP for the regular season was a Greece native, Giannis Antetokounmpo. There is only one shot at being an NBA player MVP, no less of an honor to get Rookie of the Year, and that went to a young player named Luka Doncic. In the NBA, how good could a young rookie who just joined the league be compared to the beast in the NBA was what people believed. In all honesty, this player shows skill to be considered better than the current veterans and left a huge shock in the league, being known to be a star already. This video's main character is Luka Doncic, and at age 19 entered the league and is considered to be very young in the NBA. We'll see why he became that big of a deal in this video. 1999, Eastern Europe, Slovenia, Doncic was born. At that time, his father being a pro basketball player in the Slovenian Pro League. He had a big influence on Doncic, and at 7 months old, was already playing with a basketball. And seeing this, his father was enjoying and slowly started to teach him basketball. Time has passed, 2007, an 80-year-old Doncic and the association his father was playing for was having a test for the U8 team. And surprisingly, he had skill to tear the other kids apart and had skill left over to show. So 16 minutes after the test had started, the coach decided to send him to a 3-year higher team, U11. And from there on, a child Doncic would only face and play against players that were bigger and older than he was. And to close the gap of physical strength, he would use his head more. And he also was naturally competitive, which made him train harder for offensive sessions than other children. Due to that, his ball handling, smart passes, and shot touch had improved immensely. An improved 12-year-old Doncic entered the U12 U13 tournament. And facing against similar-aged kids, he dominated by getting points and assists. And at that age, entering the U14 Europe International Tournament, got the title MVP. Being younger and undeveloped compared to others, he accomplished great results, making scouters start to take interest in Doncic. His potential was already recognized, and a team called Real Madrid took Doncic into the team to test his abilities further. The highest level of basketball in the world is, of course, the NBA. But second to it is Spain of Europe, and it wasn't just soccer that was a high class in Real Madrid. Basketball is also a very high tier. A 13-year-old player in the high-ranked team in the secondary league was against talented players, but was not intimidated. Instead, was more motivated, leading players that he just started to play with in underage leagues, getting many points and getting MVP in all of them. Being amazed by his talents, the team decided to officially sign him for 5 years. A player that has only played for 7 months with them, and at the time his age was 13 years old. After joining them and using the best training facility, he even learned the language of Spanish. And 3 years later, in 2015, at 16 years of age, started his outstanding career. Doncic entered the Spain Underage Tournament, the best and most talented players at age 10 to 20, competing against players that were 2 years older than he was. Playing as a scorer, passer, rebound, and ball handler, he played these roles with success, and even won the championship, getting the MVP title once again. And moving forward, in the Europe Underage Tournament, would get the championship and another MVP title. And not just that, would play 3 games in the first division in the last part of the season, making him the youngest player in Real Madrid to debut in pro basketball, making the team to become a well-respected high-tier team in Spain and Europe, and debuting in the first division team. His age would be 16 years old, and he did that all in a short time of 1 year. Even at a young age of a teen, he played in the Pro League against full-grown athletes, and Doncic in the Spain League 15-16 season played as a bench member with an average 14 minutes of play with 4.9 points, 2 assists, and played in 31 games. And now getting adjusted to the first division environment, the team in the 16-17 season gave him more playtime. In the 17-18 season, with his potential well shown, started in 28 games, leading the Real Madrid team to take the championship. His average stats were 12.8 points, 5 assists, 4.7 rebounds, and was a scoring leader on the team. And to go so far as to play in a league with the highest class teams in Europe, called the EuroLeague, and taking the championship there too, also getting the MVP. Not just in the Pro League, but also playing in the national team and showing great performance. European national teams opened and played in the Euro Basketball Tournament, and Doncic took control of the games against veterans. As a result, the team that was considered weak, and for the first time in history, led the Slovenian team to take the championship. Scoring leader and champions for the Spain League, MVP and champions for the Euro League, championship for the national team, the best player in Europe, Luka Doncic. There has never been a case like this in European history. And plus that, he accomplished all of this in the 17-18 season at the age of 19. Taking over Europe in basketball, the spirited young athlete decided to go to a higher level of basketball and join the 2018 NBA draft. Gaining the well-known reputation in Europe, Doncic played in the USA League for prospects and was picked third in the standings, and the team that picked him were the Atlanta Hawks. But a trade was made in the process with the Dallas Mavericks. And to be honest, this trade was already expected. To explain this in detail, Dallas traded their number 5 draft pick, Trae Young, and plus that, gave the future first-round pick in order to get Luka Doncic. The Hawks were interested in the offer. Known to be the second Stephen Curry, with the ability to shoot three-pointers and pass, Trae Young was someone they wanted on the team. And Dallas, of course, wanted to take Luka Doncic, so it was a win-win for both sides, which led to the trade success. Anyways, the trade was dealt with, and Doncic, now a Maverick, would start his NBA career in Dallas. Trae Young might have been offended by this. And in the start of the season, analysts that focused on 19-year-old Doncic knew his pros and cons perfectly. When playing in Europe, Doncic at the young age he was showed that he could play as a point guard all the way to a power forward, showing that he could digest any role that was given to him, making him an all-round player. With his hard-to-guard ball handling and his capability to make precise passes in tight situations, his awareness and what he was known for best was the ability to make clutch shots in important times. But on the other hand, his cons were that he could not pressure on defense effectively, his speed when driving the ball, his average jumping ability, and his inconsistency in three-pointers. So analysts believe that even if Doncic debuted in pro at an early age and was experienced, the tight schedule compared to Europe, and playing against more talented players in the NBA, it would take some time to adjust to the level, and for that year, he would be playing as just another mediocre player. But from an early age, Doncic never wanted to fall behind no matter where he was. And this young player, before the first game, did not play in the preseason games, and for the remaining 3 months, only focused on his training. And at that time, he scheduled his official training practices to the same time and place with Stephen Curry and learned shooting and other different skills. He did difficult programs that other stars in the NBA had done before to get ready for the upcoming 18-19 season. October 17th, getting the attention of the fans, he would debut in his first game. Doncic would get 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, playing an average game with the team's loss. His shot success rate was only at 30%, and like people said, they expected Doncic would take a long time adapting to the NBA. But all the rumors disappeared after that. In his second game, he scored 26 points, leading the Mavericks for a win. And after that, he maintained an average of 20 points, but in the 7th game, he scored 31 points, and shockingly enough, his shot success rate was at 61%. And on November 11, 2018, playing against a team that was expected to win the championship, Golden State Warriors, he scored 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists, leading his team for another win. And in that game's 4th quarter, with a minute left in the game, he scored a big shot and 2 free throws, proving his ability for clutch shots. With the criticism he got for his main cons, that was his speed for driving, turned out to be no problem at all. Doncic at an early age was used to playing against stronger players, and with his intelligence, quick reactions, and his will to not give up with his skill and competitiveness that he was born with, helped him succeed in the NBA. And so forth in Houston, on December 12th, there was a real big bang. With only 3 minutes left, losing 102-94, with no hope for the Mavericks to win, Doncic saved the team. In the remaining time, scored 11 points by himself, and pulled a miracle of a comeback for the win. From this 19-year-old's amazing performance, Houston did not get a single point in that time, and from that point on, people and the fans expected him to win the title Rookie of the Year. And from there on, he would be important in key areas, and kept showing his ability to make clutch shots. And every time that happened, his popularity rose, and the fans would pair the word Hallelujah and Luka, and praise the word Hallelujah as his new nickname. There was a song made by this, and even t-shirts were made. Maintaining his efforts on January 27, 2019, Doncic broke 2 NBA records by getting 35 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. Being the first under-20 player to get 2 triple-doubles, getting 30 points with a triple-double, being the first player to accomplish that. The player before him got 20 points with a triple-double, and that would be superstar LeBron James, but Doncic was a young 19-year-old who accomplished this. Showing traits of more than just a rookie, in February the All-Star team fans voted him, and got the second most votes in the Western Conference. And at that time, LeBron James got first with only a 38 vote difference. Just like he was in his teens in Europe, he did not show any weakness compared to the veterans in the NBA. And plus that, he had the ability to win the hearts of the fans as well, showing that there are no limits on his potential as a basketball player. Possibly comparison to Jordan? Just kidding, sorry. Till the end of the season, he worked on his cons to improve, and he worked on his pros to evolve even more, playing a total of 72 games as a starting member, and making 8 triple-doubles and having an average of 21.2 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 6 assists. And from the start of the season to the end, was named Player of the Month every single time. In the same trade he was in, Trae Young was also an expected Rookie of the Year candidate, but since February 2019 before the All-Star game, his first half of the games were too inconsistent and would lose the title to Doncic. But in the second half of the season, his shot success rate started to get better, and his average point rate would pass Luka's, getting hope for another chance of Rookie of the Year. But Doncic was too consistent and did not drop stats, and as a result won the vote by a landslide. During the season, comments were thrown at Doncic, making people believe that it was the start of a rivalry. But that just motivated Doncic even more, and if there was no Doncic, Young would have taken the Rookie of the Year title. After the year 2000, players that received that title consist of legend careers such as LeBron James and Kevin Durant. But Luka Doncic destroyed all the record of rookies, and like those before him, want to know what Doncic will be like in his future 10-year career. But sadly enough, future NBA rookies, due to the high expectations of the fans, will always, no matter how good they are, be compared to Doncic. There are so many compliments I could say about this young European star, but I can't put it all in one video. In the 1920 season, Luka is breaking many records, and I can't be sure how many records this young athlete will achieve. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back with better content next time. If you liked this video, please make sure to subscribe.